IKIM FM, inspirasi utama anda. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And a very good afternoon to our dear listeners of IKIM FM. Welcome to the Ramadan Special of Hello Brother Roger, brought to you special by Persatuan Inspirasi Muallaf. Thank you very much for listening to us. And as usual, I would like to introduce the man of the show himself, Brother Roger. Assalamualaikum, Brother Roger.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Wow, we are in Ramadan now, sister.
MashaAllah. How do you feel right now, Brother
Okay,
Roger?
very, very good, mashallah.
MashaAllah.
It's entering Ramadan. And this show is actually the first show in Ramadan.
Yes.
Like, this is the first time we are doing it in Ramadan, right? Hello,
Yeah,
Brother
even
Roger.
in the previous season, we didn't have it.
Yeah, we didn't have, because it wasn't Ramadan back then, right? Now
It
we
was
are
after
getting...
the Ramadan.
Yes, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
How's your Ramadan, sister?
Since
So far?
It's in the first week, right?
Yeah.
So I'm still trying to adapt her to Ramadan routine. And I still remember if 2 weeks ago, right? 2 or 3 weeks ago, we talked about my experience when I was young. That I forgot it was Ramadan.
Yeah.
And I drank a glass of water.
Water, yeah.
Allahu Akbar. But it was in the secondary school. But now there's an importance of
So have you done? Did you do it again now?
No,
right?
Alhamdulillah.
Allahu
Allahu
Akbar.
Akbar.
Yeah, I mean, this is a brand new show, right? I mean for Ramadan.
Yeah, Ramadan
And
Special.
Alhamdulillah, I would like to thank all our listeners and viewers on social media, on IKIM FM, for your continuous support.
Yes.
And that's why we are here today, doing the special for Ramadan, for Hello Brother Roger. But we're bringing something different this time,
as
right?
we promised to our listeners last week.
Yes. I think this time around we are bringing a special person. Of course, it is talking to our brothers and sisters about the experience they actually go through. I think most of us want to know. Like when in my first year or second year, I did meet some people who actually asked me, "Hey, how was your Ramadan?" It is yes, because it's totally a different change. Because when you become a Muslim, right, so many things change, especially during Ramadan. Because you don't know what to do in the first year, should you doing even Taraweeh? You'll be like, what is Taraweeh? We already did the 5 prayers, right?
Yeah.
So should we do Taraweeh? That kind of things will be coming and we don't know.
Yeah.
The first year, I remember myself, I don't know, I know Taraweeh, but should I do it? That kind of thing.
Like what's may differ from
what's the difference,
Because usually when we talk about Ramadan, it's just like, for those who are not familiar with it, people talk about fasting je ke. It just means starving yourself. It's more than that, actually.
Yes. Okay, so now we don't want to waste some of our time by talking. We always talk about this, right? On Hello, Brother Roger. Okay, so I would like to introduce you. Or do you want to do the honors? No problem, I'll give it to you.
I give it
Okay,
honor.
so I would like to introduce our sister Elaine Aisha. How are you, sister? Assalamu alaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
How are you today?
Alhamdulillah, I'm very good.
Alhamdulillah. How is this year Ramadan?
Alhamdulillah, so far so good.
So good.
And as usual, first week, the first few days, it's a bit of a challenge.
Yeah, correct. Just today, this show, Hello Brother Roger, brought to you by IKIM and also Persatuan Inspirasi Muallaf. Of course, our listeners would like to know, probably you want to introduce yourself. I just said Elaine Aisha, but of course, our listeners want to know, who's this person? How long have you been a Muslim, probably?
Alhamdulillah, it's been more than 20. I even actually lost count, but I know it's more than 22 years roughly.
Wow,
Yeah,
22 years as a Muslim, mashallah. So it's considered legend.
Legend.
Almost reaching legend. 22 years,
22 years.
Yourself?
I'm 12.
12 years,
so,
mashallah.
Yeah, it's like, I'm standard 6 lah.
Standard 6.
Standard 6. Junior again. You need a senior dah, 21 tahun.
You've been making great progress.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. That's
Alhamdulillah.
really good.
For the sake of Allah, we just carry on our life, right?
Mashallah.
Alhamdulillah.
With Allah's permission,
Yeah, so probably you want to introduce yourself because most of our listeners probably don't know you, right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, probably you want to say something about yourself.
Right, so I'm a Chinese.
Yeah.
That's where the Elaine comes from.
Yeah.
Okay, so Elaine Aisha. I embraced Islam more than 20 years ago, and that was back in Singapore.
Oh.
Yeah, but the feeling of wanting to know about Islam, that started when I entered secondary school.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I embraced Islam in MUIS Singapore, Majlis Ugama Islam Singapore, back then in my 20s. Oops, review my age. So yeah, since then, yeah, it's been 20 years. So there's a lot of what do you call that? A lot of learnings,
Okay.
a lot of realizations.
Okay.
I've not changed. I'm still a Chinese, but in terms of mindset and the way I look at things, I personally can feel that there's been tremendous changes.
Of course, yeah.
Perceptions and
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah.
So in terms of my personal development as well, I was a graduate from hotel industry. I work in Singapore and I work in many hotels in Kuala Lumpur. I think more than 6 hotels over the past 10 years. Anyway, to be a better Muslim, that was what I wanted to, because
MashaAllah.
when I work in hospitality industry, I already had the niyat that I wanted to put on hijab.
All right.
But back then in the industry, in hospitality industry, I wasn't allowed to, kind of not encouraged to and not allowed to.
Okay. Okay.
So then there came this time, there was a time where I got an offer to move on in my career, that somewhere which is more encouraging in terms of the culture to practice Islam. So I made a decision to move.
Okay. Okay.
Anyway, to cut the story short, now I'm very, very syukur lah. I'm very
Alhamdulillah.
happy and syukur. I think Allah makbulkan doa I,
MashaAllah.
grant my doa, because
Alhamdulillah.
I've been praying. I want a job, because I'm a workaholic, by the way. I spend a lot of time at work.
Okay.
So I've been praying to Allah, grant me a job, a work. While I work, I can learn more about Islam
MashaAllah.
and bring me
Alhamdulillah.
closer to Islam.
Okay. Okay.
So about 7 years ago, my sister, non-Muslim sister, had actually invited me to join venture with her to embark on the financial business, while she was doing the conventional, which is the non-Muslims product.
Okay.
And she has invited me to do the Islamic financial product.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, so now me and my non-Muslim sister actually get even closer, and we work together.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, helping the
Alhamdulillah.
community.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the things, right? When we, when our family members, right? It's dawah actually. What sister is saying is dawah. Even though, I mean, we have met and we have spoke before, right? I didn't know you became a Muslim in Singapore.
Yeah.
Did you tell me that before?
I didn't.
I didn't know. This is news.
First time you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause
it was a good feeling.
I mean, that particular time, how did you feel?
Wow.
Just
high class
21
nya.
years back, right? Like
Yes.
at that time.
Yeah.
What do you feel?
Wow, high classnya Islam.
Wow,
No
mashallah.
offense to anyone, just that because before that, my exposure and the touch points to Islam were very much with the Malay language.
Okay.
Back then. So in Singapore, the very first day I went to MUIS, Majlis Ugama Islam Singapore,
Okay.
actually I just wanted to go and explore.
Just see.
Just see.
Look see lah.
But mashallah, with really, it's Allah's arrangement. I
Alhamdulillah.
went into the hall, just wanted to see. I saw the whole hall are actually Eurasian, like Mak Saleh.
Okay.
So I was
Okay.
like, what is all this Mak Saleh doing here? Then the MC began with the briefing and all that in English.
Okay.
And the whole session was in English.
Mashallah.
I just felt like, oh, Islam ni is not Melayu.
I mean,
Misconception.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
misconception,
misconception that Islam Melayu Islam. Islam ni orang Melayu punya, semua
Okay.
dalam bahasa Melayu.
So Islam masuk Melayu.
Kind
Yes,
of.
yes. That's a misconception
Yeah.
actually. Yeah.
So then when the whole literature, the presentation about Islam was presented in English, and most probably because my background, I studied English is from non-Muslim, right? Because maybe the mother tongue, English and Mandarin.
Okay.
So straight away, what do you call that? Like, ding,
Yeah.
the vibe.
Synchronize.
Sing.
Yeah,
Sing.
exactly.
Yeah. That's why nowadays in dakwah work, right? Always very encouraged if we want to dakwah in Malaysia per se
Yeah.
for the Chinese and Indian, right? So to touch them kind of to dakwah, I would very much encourage our content.
Yeah.
You know, we have content in Mandarin, in Chinese,
Yes.
and in Tamil.
Yes.
Because the feeling,
Yeah, it's different.
it's very
It's different, yeah. I mean, like what you said in Chinese, yeah. I think we have so many pendakwa yang memang present in Chinese.
in Mandarin language.
Yeah, in
Mandarin
Mandarin
Yes.
especially, and
Yeah.
Tamil as well.
Yeah.
It is different. Like for me, I think I'm in between lah. You know, like what you say, Eurasian, right? So I'm a Eurasian. So there's no mother tongue. Like I don't know, it's just English. Even my mom is a Christian, Indian Christian. And we speak English at home.
Okay.
You know, so but of course the ultimate. I mean, I'm fortunate, Alhamdulillah, because I live with my grandparents and they speak Tamil. So Alhamdulillah, I inherited that. You know, I can speak Tamil. You know,
Mashallah.
and I
Thanks
can
to
actually
grandparents.
talk to people about Islam in Tamil.
Yes.
But not perfect lah. Yang boleh cari makan lah. Macam tu can lah. You know, that kind of thing. Yeah, but it is an advantage actually. You know, for especially for sister like our sister here, it is an advantage when you speak to the the not yet Muslims who are in Chinese, in Mandarin. So when you speak, it really touches them.
Yeah.
Using their mother tongue.
Yes.
Especially in Malaysia lah, because and then English also. I think English is also because now we have a lot more reverts
Correct.
who are actually quite academic and speak English.
Correct.
So it will bring them a totally different kind of experience and also feel
Yeah.
towards
Yeah.
Islam.
So 21 years being a Muslim, right? How do you feel today? You know, don't talk about Ramadan yet, you know, because Ramadan is a big topic to talk about, right? You know, and I mean, of course, people say in Ramadan, right? For me, people normally say in Ramadan you must mellow down. For me, Ramadan is a celebration. To celebrate your faith, you know, your iman. Because this month Allah has given us the opportunity for all of us to just come down, you know, lower down, stop all the things that you are doing. You know, probably in this dunya you're doing all the things that is not accepted by Allah. And this month, most of us will be like, okay, let me stop that. Let me focus on my ibadah. You know, and this is a celebration. You know, and that's why in our Persatuan we really do celebrate Ramadan. You know, like you see this year we are breaking fast, and this is a yearly thing. But this year we are doing it probably 500 to 1,000 people.
To be good and
Yeah, we are going to just break fast with them every single day, inshallah.
Every single day.
Every single day, inshallah. It's all the plan of Allah. We
Yes.
just carry on doing it, right? But coming back to our sister, before we go on a break, right? We have a break shortly, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but the first, coming back now, like at this moment, after 21 years, right? What actually that you feel that has changed you? Like as make you a better person as a Muslim?
Alhamdulillah. A lot of things. Yeah, but to nail down to one or two key ones,
Yeah.
I would say the way I look at things.
Okay.
Yeah. Being a Chinese, I would say that I very kiasu. You know, so kiasu?
Yeah. People in
From school time, kan, Chinese primary school, everything must win, must be the
must
number
win.
one.
Yes.
In
Semua
sixty,
mesti ada.
100, mesti
Sister,
number
mesti
one.
semua mesti untung.
Untung,
Mesti
must be the
untung.
top,
Mesti
must
nombor
be the
satu.
best, must be, you know, and it's always like run, kejar, kan?
Okay.
But after being a Muslim, what I learned is, yes, usaha, we have to put in effort.
Correct.
But whether number one or not number one, it's not my control.
Correct.
Allah is there.
Allah
And
Akbar.
Allah will know best whether I want number one, but is the number one actually good for me?
Yes.
Yeah. So a lot of things that we want may not be good for us. Okay, so when we don't get it, I'm not that disappointed
Correct.
like before. Like,
Correct.
oh, what did I do not right? Why I
Yeah,
didn't get it?
yeah.
Now I know that as long as I put in effort, and if I don't get it, it's Allah's
okay.
arrangement.
Yeah.
It must be something
Better.
and something Allah has arranged for
yeah,
me.
Yeah, yeah.
So that is something I think it's changed my mindset lah.
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. I mean, that's a good point actually to look at, right? So I'll leave it to you, sister, now.
MashaAllah, I'm sure Sister Aisha have a lot more to share. Same goes to you, Brother
Yes,
Roger.
yes, mashallah.
Especially with our listeners out there, especially for this Ramadan. But we'll go
Correct.
for a short break. And once we come back later, we listen more sharing from Sister Aisha and Brother Roger
Inshallah.
on today's conversation. So to our listeners out there, don't go anywhere. Stay tuned to KFM. Inspirasi utama anda. Welcome back, listeners, to Hello Brother Roger in this Ramadan special brought to you by Persatuan Inspirasi Muallaf. MashaAllah, before we went for a break just now, we listened to a conversation between Brother Roger and also Sister Aisha in her, I would say, the first few years of her
Correct,
experience in
correct.
celebrating Ramadan. It was riveting, and also listening to Sister Aisha sharing about how she became closer to her non-Muslim sister, and it gives you, some insight that as me and Brother Roger, we've been talking for the
Yeah,
past few
exactly.
episodes that when you revert to Islam, that
Yes.
doesn't mean that you have to leave your family.
Oh yes, don't do that.
Don't do that.
That's how the misconception starts, you know.
Yeah.
Whereby people will say like, oh, this guy became a Muslim and that's it. He's already like, he's already became Melayu lah. That's why he kind of face all the family, face them out and so on, right?
Yes.
Yeah, of course, people tend to, the families, of course, they don't like it. But I think it's as a responsibility of a responsible Muslim or new revert, you should have the knowledge and then engage back with them. You know, do not leave them.
Yeah.
Because the moment you leave them, that's where starts the whole thing about the misconception about Islam.
Even
Yes,
And then that will be carried out, and they will tell their family and their family and their family, oh, this guy became a Muslim. Oh, my uncle, you know, many years back became a Muslim, you know. And then that's it. I don't know what happened to him. He didn't, he went, he married someone, and then they don't know what happened.
Yeah,
You
he
know,
has
that's
no
it, missing.
family.
So now he's a Malay now. Like, what? You know? So this is the misconception that we are developing. So that's why whenever we see reverts, who we help them through the process of their journey, right up to their Shahada and so on, this is one of the basic questions that I will ask them. So how's your family? Do they know? If they don't know, it's okay, no problem. You know, but it's your obligation to connect back to them.
Yes,
Do
yes.
not just leave them and say, you know, do not like, even, yeah, they are going, they will have, they are going to probably, you know, be against it, you know, but that's what you need to learn, you know, how to connect back to them and then be closer to them. Okay, now we're going to go back to sister, right? So we have sister Aisha back here. I think one of the questions that our listeners in Ikim FM would like to know, sister, and of course me too, and our sister here.
What question?
Yeah, the question is, is basically, how's your first Ramadan? You know, during the first Ramadan, could you remember that, like 21 years back? So do you know that, oh, it's Ramadan? Were you given the knowledge, or what's the experience like?
Very raw. Very raw.
Mashallah. So your first Ramadan was in Malaysia or in Singapore?
I was in Singapore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was so-called alone,
All right.
renting a room with a Chinese girl,
Okay.
non-Muslim. lah.
Okay.
So rented a room, a small room.
Okay.
Yeah. So heard about fasting, you know, and all that. So at the very first beginning, that first year, right, Ramadan, it's about no food, no drink from morning till night. That's all. The exposure in terms of like more than that, like more spiritual stuff,
Correct,
right? Like solat, ibadah, zakat, donations, dia belum masuk lagi. Not yet. At that time, it's like, oh, no food.
Yeah.
All right. So I still remember the very first few nights, the waktu sahur, right? Living alone, no one cook food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I did was like after berbuka puasa, and then I just tapau something lah. I said tapau something lah. Nanti sahur
Sahur.
You can-
easy lah.
Okay.
Okay, so I tapau a burger.
Okay.
So the burger I put just this is my bed, right? I just put the burger like next to at the bedside. I set my alarm.
Okay.
Din, 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 din. Okay, alarm rang.
Okay.
I was like lazy because baru kan.
Yeah.
We didn't have the practice.
Not used
and
to it.
Yeah,
no one.
yeah.
So I just woke up, and the hand reached out to the burger.
Mm.
They even switch on the light, sit up
Makan
a bit,
saja.
just open, and then I started like
Eating.
eating the burger. And guess what?
Yeah.
It was full of ants.
Allah Akbar, mashallah. You didn't on the light also, right?
Even on the light. I mean, yeah. I mean, sharing this, right? So ants all over. I'm like, why? Why is it like? What happened? So have to get up and switch on the light.
Yeah.
Then I look at it like, oh my god, it's all ants. Macam mana nak makan?
So the question was is it the red ants or the black
no,
ants?
those like small little ants.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So anyway, there was an experience like until today, more than 20 years. I still remember.
Okay.
So ever since then, no more tapao and no more don't switch on light and just eat like that.
Yeah, exactly. So you learned something lah during your first Ramadan,
Is
right?
it at that point, right, being a new Muslim, maybe not yet, kan? I didn't know about like the goodness in having a proper sahur,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? So the impression was like no food, so you
Yeah.
better eat. Like, I mean that kind of impression, like eat, and then after that cannot eat. But to appreciate the sahur, having good proper nutrition food that can last us the whole day.
Correct.
But itu belum lagi that time at that stage.
Yeah, I think it's the first year. But what
Yeah.
after you reverted to Islam, right? How long after that was Ramadan? Like, was there a few months
I
or?
reverted was in July.
Okay, that
So
time.
it's about half a year. Then
Okay.
to my
That means the next Ramadan. The next year was Ramadan, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. That means it took you probably another year or so until you became, until the next Ramadan,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay. But this is what happens sometimes, right? Because, when being a new Muslim, right, that's why we do programs like Ihya Ramadan. So every year we do it. Why? Because we want the new Muslims, or 2 years back they became a Muslim, or within this time frame, to come and get knowledge. What should they do in Ramadan? Are they just going to be like, okay, it's usual? Okay, the Ustad told me in the class, you come for, you need to, not eat.
Cannot eat.
So how? So this is the thing that is running in their mind. Like what our sister said, right? No food. Like, if someone tells me that, right? So the next question is, so were you starving yourself?
Yeah.
You're starving. Because Ramadan is a ibadah.
Yes.
That Allah has put upon us, that we have to fulfill Ramadan, and this is a ibadah, which means that every ibadah that you do, Allah is going to give out the barakah for us. Who's going to put barakah and a lot of pahala for us during this whole month of Ramadan. And this is the only one month that Allah has put in the fruitness, the rewards are multiple, so that is going to be flourish in your life. So that's why I always tell people, do not waste a single day of Ramadan or single minute of Ramadan.
Yeah.
So make full use of your Ramadan, and this is what we want to do. So coming back to you, sister, so what was the lesson you learned? Like, okay, the first day was like, okay, burger. Second day, what did you do?
I can't really remember. I really remember that episode of that burger. But what I wanted to encourage all the new Muslims, right, is that because fasting is more than just refrain from food.
Yes.
There are actually a lot more things.
Yes.
And one thing I like about the Muslims teaching, it's about we are all a big ummah. It's a big family.
Correct.
Buka puasa and sahur alone versus you go to the mosque. You
Correct.
have so many other brothers sisters to
Correct.
fast together or
Correct.
something.
Correct.
It's totally a different feeling. Yeah. So why I highlight this, because maybe sometimes new Muslim, they were still alone, so-called. They're not
Correct.
married. Or sometimes some of them, they have to hide their conversion from their family.
Correct.
So they end up have to be so-called being alone. But actually nowadays with the technology, with social media,
Yes.
with a lot of all these outreach program, right? You don't need to be alone.
Yes.
Actually, there are a lot of program and a lot of exposure. New Muslim can actually take part.
Yes. Actually, in the mosque, you can go to any mosque in Malaysia during Ramadan,
Any mosque.
and they will serve you the breakfast.
Yes.
Yeah, mashallah. This is really the beauty of Islam. That I don't much see, but probably I didn't see it before, but now as a Muslim I see, mashallah.
Yes.
You can just go, like if you're a musafir, for example, if you're traveling, you just go to any state in Malaysia, right, and you just go and be there.
Yeah.
There is food already to breakfast.
Very good.
So you don't need to worry about, and again, it's the ibadah.
Yes.
Because in Ramadan, people like to give.
They give charity.
Right? Yeah, they like to give
bersedekah.
charity, they give to sedekah and so on,
Yes.
right? So coming back, sister, again, so what has changed from then, the first Ramadan, and probably the last Ramadan of you? So because, this Ramadan, okay, this Ramadan just started, right?
Yep.
So, yeah.
A lot more things to be done. It's like 1 month, it's not enough.
Yeah.
So this year, very much niat, really focus on, I want to do more reading on
Yes.
Quran.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
Sedekah. And also do more sharing.
Okay.
Using what platform I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Food is like, actually after so many years, right? It's like the tak makan tu part tu is, you don't really feel it.
Yes.
It
yes.
just, that is not like versus 20 years ago, right?
Correct.
That was like that time. That was the only thing. But now it's like no makan is it's just one thing, but it's a lot more things that we
Correct.
want to kejar, kan?
Correct.
Yeah. So Quran reading,
Yes.
but I also feel that this is a month that we can do a lot more things.
Yes, of course. On the ibadah
Because I
side,
sometimes
yeah.
feel that years back, always feel people say that, oh, Ramadan, lepas tu kerja, productivity and all that thing kind of drop.
No.
I was kind of like struggling
It
with
should
myself.
not actually.
Yeah.
I agree.
Why drop? Oh, nak kena But when they say that they have to go home early, they don't do so much. This project is #Lepas Raya. Everything is Lepas Raya. I'm like, yes, Lepas Raya, but you focus on ibadah and all that. But
Correct.
at the same time, we actually have more time because cut short lunchtime.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And we wake up earlier. Actually, by right, there are actually more time.
Should be more productive.
So why, when come to work, people will say that, I don't know, like, kerja, it's like a lot of project put on hold. and things
Correct.
Like that.
Actually, Ramadan, like what you said, I agree, sister. Ramadan is the most busiest time for me, right? For the past, I think, 8 to 10 years. Because for me, Ramadan is, as I said, a celebration.
Yes.
When you celebrate Ramadan, then it's totally different because you want to make sure that you fulfill the ibadah.
Yes.
As I said, do not waste it with just sleeping. Yes, you are tired, but in Ramadan, if you should strive more. Because you don't know that, you will be able to be in the next Ramadan. So if Allah has put you today in this Ramadan, please make full use
The
of
best
this
of it.
Ramadan. And every year you try to change. Like our sister said, I like what she said. This year she wants to improve on her reading of Quran. Have that kind of goal that this year you want to sedekah, or you want to probably fulfill the Quran. You want to actually read more of the verses in the Quran, or you want to be in the masjid every single day to break fast and make sure, this will help you. Because after Ramadan, it becomes a norm. It becomes a habit.
Yeah.
Do not just, lepas Ramadan, what most of the people I see is that after Ramadan, they just tutup their Quran, pop, and then put it aside somewhere. So they wait for the next Ramadan, and it's all like when they open it up, probably now we'll be doing it. Like, there's so many dust here. How long is it? Have I it's been that I've touched it, right?
True,
So
true.
do not waste Ramadan.
Yeah.
But of course, I also want to say that, Sister Aisha is one of the people that I could see that is, has for 20 years. She's an inspiration person for I think most of the reverts in Malaysia. And of course, she does also, she's one of the person that is involved in Hibah. Right, am I correct? Correct
Estate
me
planning.
if estate planning, and as a revert, I think this is something good. Like this represented, like it represents a good branding that most of our our Muslims today in IKIM FM or anywhere that you are watching this, if you have you have lack of knowledge on hibah and estate planning, in Malay, what do they call that?
Perancangan harta pusaka.
Yes, harta pusaka. Yeah, I would like to get to that. So if you get that right, if you're still not sure and so on, you can actually keep in touch with our sister, right? Inshallah. And you can also go into her platforms and look up her. Her name is there already, and please, support our reverts. And she's doing mashallah, a good job in terms of this. And one of the reasons why she's involved with this estate planning is pusaka is basically she wants to be involved with Islamic business or related things that will increase her iman as well. Alhamdulillah. Yeah, and also before we end this show, thank you very much, sister,
Thank you,
for being with us. Any last word probably for our viewers in Ramadan?
Wish everyone selamat berpuasa, and wish everyone be a better year this year in this Ramadan. Yeah, do more.
Inshallah.
And just take it as this is our last Ramadan.
Yes. I think that is spot on actually.
Yes,
Do your ibadah like as though this is your last
We don't
Ramadan. This is the last day this is the last time. That's it. Next year probably we don't know. Allahu alam. Only Allah knows, right?
Yes.
And also before we end this, don't forget to support us at Persatuan Inspirasi Muallaf. As we mentioned earlier, this year we are focusing on berbuka ataupun breaking the fast with 500 to 1,000 reverts every single day. You can actually go to our Facebook. You can also Google me, Muhammad Roger Arnold, on social media, and check out all the programs that we are doing. And for me, in Ramadan, we should do more. That's why you can see every year of Ramadan, I increase the program that I do. Like this year, we didn't do this. Last year, we just did with around, if I'm not mistaken, around 1,000 to 1,000 people. We break fast, but not every
1,000.
day. It wasn't every day. 1,000 to 2,000, but not every day. It's like in batches.
But still,
Because we have support teams all over Malaysia.
Yeah.
So it's either they come to our place or we go there and break fast for them. But this year is special. They are going to come to our place. It's like Medina style, and they are going to be there until Tarawih. And this is why I want to stress this, because it's not about just breaking fast, but it's about the ibadah. What's the point of breaking fast and then you go back and watch TV? No, it doesn't match. So this year, what we want to do, after you break fast, come, be with us and until Tarawih. Why? Because this will help them. And as what Allah has said, every ibadah you're going to do it sincerely for the sake of Allah, there is a place for you in Firdaus Jannah. For sure. Sincerely you do it for the sake of Allah, inshallah, Allah is going to grant you. And this is my dua to all my brothers and sisters. So don't forget to support us at Persatuan Inspirasi Muallaf. And also, if you would like to break fast with us, please come.
So
Where are we? Okay.
anyone can come.
Yes. But of course, we don't know what is the crowd going to be. This is the first time we are doing it. We want our brothers and sisters. If you feel like you want to come, just bring your food and come lah, But we have, inshallah, we have sufficient food. And we will try to, because this is our first time, we don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
But we are doing it only for the sake of Allah. Inshallah, Allah will help us through this journey and help all our revered brothers and sisters also through this journey this Ramadan.
Inshallah.
Yeah, thank you very much, Allahu Alam. So that's it, right? Why are you so shocked, sister? MashaAllah. It's Ramadan.
I mean, I love listening to this, to the sharing from Sister
Yeah.
Aisha, and also to the work that you're doing, mashallah. I'm sure you have
Alhamdulillah.
a lot of people. As you
Alhamdulillah.
mentioned, last year only 1,000
Yes,
people.
yes, yes,
That's
yes,
a
yes.
lot. So this year, what's your estimation?
This year we are looking at, initially we planned, right? We want to do it 1,000 every day.
1,000 every
Yeah,
day.
every day. And then as we go, right, Allah is the best planner.
Exactly.
Sometimes we do something that we want to do greater, but Allah knows best.
Yes.
So this year we thought, okay, this is the first time we are doing every day. So let's start that.
Yeah.
Not stop it. So we plan to do, we don't know, it's 300 to 500, as long as people come, we don't mind catering to them. Inshallah, as I said to everyone, right? If Allah has made this plan to you, Allah has given this to you, then Allah have already preserved what is needed to run this, yeah? So inshallah, inshallah.
So may Allah is everything for us, inshallah.
Inshallah.
And with that being said, I would like to thank Sister Aisha and also Brother Roger.
Yes. Thank you, sister, for
Thank you
coming.
very
She
much.
actually drove all the way.
All the way
Yeah,
from
to
Johor
be
Bahru.
here. Yeah, mashallah.
Thank you very much.
Allahu Akbar.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, Allah make it easy for us.
So Ramadan Kareem to
Ramadan
all our
Kareem.
brothers and sisters. From Ikim FM who's listening this, right?
Happy fasting.
Yeah, happy fasting to you guys. Yeah, so be positive. Come on, besok
Yes.
pagi kita lepas sahur tu kita bangun, we straight away do our work, and every time, that's why in Ramadan, the best thing to increase your iman is to zikir a lot.
Yes.
Because you have so much of time. You have your, you're not going to eat anyway.
Yeah.
You're not going to do anything. So you start zikir a lot. Inshallah, you can see, so many things in your bodily also will change. And one thing I would like to say before we end this, all right, when you are breaking fast, please have moderate food. So it's not, you can have the feast, but let's finish Ramadan.
Yes.
Because the most important thing in Ramadan is the ibadah. So have moderate food that is enough for you. And don't stuff yourself. That's what I thought in the first year. The first year, that's the mistake I made. Just grabbing, going to the bazaar and buying. And what happened? Wasted.
Yeah.
Like wasted of food. I couldn't eat, much, So this is my advice to our brothers and sisters. Inshallah, Allahu Alam.
And And to our listeners, thank you very much for listening to us. If you'd like to share your story, perhaps you have stories that are quite similar to our sister Aisha, you can leave it on the comment section of this airing on Facebook and YouTube, or you can simply leave us a message through our WhatsApp contact at 01129004004. And again, thank you, Sister Aisha, and also Brother Roger,
Inshallah.
for your sharing on to this conversation. Hopefully, it can be inspiration, also beneficial to our listeners out there, especially in going through this special month
yes.
of Ramadan. And again, also would like to thank you for to thank Persatuan Inspirasi Muallaf for their work, especially in sponsoring also this program. So with that
Inshallah.
being said, Assalamualaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa